Hello, welcome back to Heavy Haul in American Truck Simulator. I'm Wolfgang Tailchase, and today we are hauling something that really blows. It is a giant air conditioning unit. And the reporters are here as usual. This is blue, big, and wide. Wide load. Finally something that actually can be considered as a really big one. Okay, we'll be on our way. There's the reporter car there. You're just gonna stand there, okay? And yeah, last time I was talking about accidents I've been through in the tram. If you haven't checked out that episode, you can do that. Um, so I'm just thinking of something to sit and talk about now. Happy, sad, exciting. I have no clue. Um, Maybe I should have thought that before I started there. I'm sure we can come up with something. Uh, it doesn't have to be work related, you know. Well, I know, can be. And are you gonna force me to drive up there? You know, this is gonna be a tight turn. Ooh. Oh, I hit it. Hey, oops. It was a little bit wider than I thought. Where are we driving from? Yeah, we're driving from Oklahoma City to uh, changing lane maneuver. Yeah, I am doing it. Um, we are driving to, let's see, that's the wrong button. We are driving to air conditioning unit from, it doesn't say there, you know. It doesn't. Um, can I get any more information? No. Okay. So I can't get any information about what. This feels really, really wide. Yeah. So where we're going will be a mystery. Ooh, mystery. Cool. Um, but we are in Oklahoma at least, driving from Oklahoma City, and we're driving east to, as I said, another town. That's a weird looking bridge. And I've got something to talk about, otherwise this will be a very quiet video. Well, you're talking about nothing right now, so I know. Uh, will this be one of these videos where you just sit and talk nonsense? Well, could be. Well, nonsense is at least talking. Yeah, but not very interesting talking. Uh, I agree with you. Hey, cop car. No, a cop motorcycle. Um, Wichita. Are we going to Wichita? I think we're going past Wichita. Because here's Oklahoma City. Yeah, maybe Tulsa? Could be Tulsa. And yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, I can talk a little bit about. I don't, I don't know if I said anything about that. I've been to the US actually. Well, there's a lot of people who've been to the US. It's a big country. But I've also been there. And I took a road trip all around the US. Road trip and train trip. And a little bit of bus. So 2 hours and 36 minutes, I think. Well, it's not going to take 2 hours and 36 minutes. It's going to take maybe 15 minutes. Change lane. Whoa, what the? What are you doing? Crazy car? You can't go driving into me like that when I'm changing lane. Okay, so I flew first to. You're driven away from us. I'm following the bloody escort vehicle. I have the escort vehicle in front of me. What? Thank you. He was changing lane, I was changing lane, and okay. Well, I saw him change lane, I changed lane after him, so there is absolutely nothing I could have done differently there. Thank you, game. Yeah, look, there he is. And I'm following him. Well, okay. Second go. Not second go, but he's driving straight. I'm driving straight. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay. Maybe I should pay a little bit attention to this thing. Because it seems like there is something weird going on here. Okay. Okay, back to whatever I was doing. Yeah. Um, my my wife and I, we were going through some hard times, and we were still pretty like good friends, and had no trouble like that. Okay. I'm gonna go in here. I'm following him. Yes, I'm following you now. Good. I'm following you. I see you. Don't say that I'm driving from you or something like that. Good. Okay, now it seems to work. I don't know why it didn't work before. I was following you very nicely. Was it that he turned off and I didn't know? I wasn't even in this place. Oh, okay. Um. So. But we decided that she was gonna go. She had just found out that she had some family in the United States on her father's side. She's from Colombia from the beginning. So and she found out family. So we decided that we're going to go visit them. And then she was going to go with our daughter down to Colombia and visit her mother. And I was going to do this road trip by myself. And so we flew together to New York. As I said, we were very good friends, but going through some hard times. Total of 11 paid. Thank you. And we stay in New York for a couple of days. We meet her aunt, have a really nice time, and then we fly down to Miami. And we were supposed to fly, and I was gonna go rent a car and drive away. She was gonna go and catch a flight down to Colombia, but due to snowstorm in New York, all the flights were delayed. Our flights were delayed by probably 3 hours, and so she missed the connection down to Colombia. But lucky for us is that her grandmother on her father's side live in Miami. So we, where are you going? Come on, change lane then. Thank you. So we I pick up the car that I've already paid for, and we go to her grandmother instead, and we spend the night there. And I managed to get some new tickets down to Colombia for her for the next day. It was amazing. We managed to get tickets just the next day. I didn't like that beep. I don't know what that beep was. Um, so the next day, she go to the airport, and then I drive off, and I go up towards Atlanta in Georgia. I drive all night, and I get up to this motel that everything was paid for already, but I had to call the hotel and tell them and ask them when I was at the airport that I wasn't going to make it the next day, and is there any chance that I can move the date for my reservation one night? And they said, of course, no problem, we fixed it, we understand that it's bad weather. They were so friendly, amazingly, and I didn't have to pay any extra or anything. Really nice. So I get there, and I get there really late, and I have informed that I would get there late. So he said that, well, usually we close the reception at 10, but since we know that you're coming, we will have a person waiting for you. So I get there at 1 o'clock at night, and there is this guy waiting for me, and I thought that he was gonna be like a little bit irritating, that I have to work overtime or something like that. But he was really friendly. He takes my bag, shows me up to the room, shows me around the room. I was like, you don't have to do this. So, and of course I tip him a little bit. I know that you're supposed to do that in the US. And and then and after that, the next day I drive to Nashville. I spend a couple of days in Nashville. Maybe another story. I will tell you things I did there. And after those days, I continue driving. I drive up to Chicago. And one thing I'm going to add. You're not going to be able to tell all this story in one go. I can continue in the next one. I have plenty of episodes of this. Okay. One thing I want to add is that when I picked up the car in Miami, I had already I was gonna leave the car in Buffalo, and I had rented like a normal sedan, a Buick, I think it was, and the woman in the car rental, she looked at it and said, "I see here you're gonna leave it in Buffalo." Yes. You want to upgrade to a SUV? And I look at her like, why? I don't need an SUV. This is, oh, but what? Am I even gonna be able to make this? I don't know if, does this thing even fit here? Um, I doubt this thing fit here. Oh, it seems like it does. Oh, okay, this is scary. Hope I don't damage it. This is tight. I want to see how tight it actually is. Ooh, look at that. That was tight. Yeah. And she said, yeah, but there's snow there. And I'm like, yeah, and? Yeah, but you need like a car made for snow. And I'm like, all cars are made for snow. I'm from Sweden. I've driven in snow many times with normal cars. I have no problem driving in snow. And I think that the normal, like this sedan car is actually better for snow driving, because it's not as top heavy. You have better control over it. I think that she just wanted to get me a bigger car, and so I have to pay more. But I get the car I've ordered, and then this next thing happened. So after Nashville, I drive up to Chicago, and of course there's a little bit of snow, but not much. Apparently there's been a huge snowstorm that ended like the day before I came there, and so I just missed it. And then I continue driving. After spending 2 nights in Chicago, I drive up to Buffalo, and I leave the car, and I take a Greyhound bus up to Niagara Falls, and check in there. And there is some snow and things like that. It started snowing a little bit when I was going into Buffalo, but not much. So I spend the night in Niagara Falls, watch the falls, and go to some other things there. And then after that, I walk up to the Greyhound station, and I take a bus to Toronto. And when I come to Toronto, I found out that that there's another storm coming, that coming from over the lakes and in over Niagara Falls, and it's been gotten really cold, and the falls have almost completely frozen, like the day after I left. And so I spent a couple of days in Toronto, and after that I'm taking the train over to Vancouver, all across Canada with via rail. Since I don't have much time before we're going to deliver, I'm going to end with the story of this, and then in the next episode I will continue with my story of my trip. That's good, something to talk about. So what happens after there is that the train is late, and I found out later that via rail is always late. The train was supposed to leave at just after 10 o'clock in the evening. We leave the station at around 2 a.m. Almost 4 hours late. Yep. And we pull out of the station, and after we've been on the tracks for maybe 2 hours or something like that, the conductor gets out with a message and informs us that the snowstorm that hit Niagara Falls has come up to Toronto, and all of Toronto is without power. It's complete blackout in the whole city because of the snowstorm. So they said that we were lucky to get out, because if we hadn't gotten out when we did, maybe had left half an hour later, we would probably be stuck due to no switches working or no lights working or anything. So we were really lucky to make it out of Toronto. And so this is really late. I go to bed. I'm really tired. Been up all day. Whoa. And in the morning I go up, and apparently it's really cold outside. Mine, well, cold, but it's like mine between that's just below 20 degrees below 0 degrees Celsius. I have no clue what that is in Fahrenheit. I don't really care. Sorry, all of you people in the US, but this was in Canada. They use Celsius. So I go take a shower, and this is a pretty small shower, so you have to step into the shower to put on the water, because you can't reach the taps when you're standing outside. So I go in there, I check the water, I'm like, okay, you're gonna turn this way for good. So I set the water the way I think it's supposed to be, and ooh, why do you stop? Holy, okay, I'm gonna turn in here. And I set the water, and it's freezing cold. And I like squeeze up against the corner of the shower to try and adjust it, and I turn all different directions. Nothing happens. Still freezing cold, but I want to shower. So I take a very cold shower in the morning, and when I finish, I go out there. I dry myself, and I go out. Okay, this is gonna be tight. Oh, that was too tight. Can I Drive a little bit to this side. No. Oh, okay, I'm stuck. How am I gonna get in here? Oh, there's plenty of room to that side, okay. We just have to do this. Oh, hey. There we go. We're through. And when I get out of the shower, the conductor comes up with he has a piece of paper in his hand, and he looks at me going out of the shower. Oh, and he said, "Look, oh yeah, by the way, we have no hot water." And I'm almost shivering due to the coldness of the shower. And I look at him, I'm like, I noticed. And he like looks at me and like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, well, don't be. It was refreshing. Okay, we are here. Thank you for listening to my rambling, and hope you want to hear the continuation of my road trip in the next episode of Heavy Hauling. We'll see what we drive there. So, until next week, have a nice time, and hope to see you then.